The long-awaited resolution to the Ripple versus SEC case appears to be on the horizon. After years of legal battles, the case has entered its final stage. Recent court filings suggest a potential settlement is in the works. This has sent ripples of excitement through the cryptocurrency community. The SEC filed its lawsuit against Ripple in December 2020. The regulatory body alleged that Ripple sold XRP as an unregistered security. This claim cast a shadow over XRP and its future. The outcome of this case has significant implications for XRP holders. It could also impact the broader crypto market. The case has been closely watched by investors and industry experts alike. The outcome could set a precedent for how cryptocurrencies are regulated in the future. Clarity from regulators is something the crypto industry desperately needs. A clear regulatory framework could foster innovation and attract more mainstream investors. A settlement, if approved, would bring an end to the legal uncertainty. It would allow Ripple to move forward with its business operations. However, the terms of the settlement will be crucial. They will determine the extent of Ripple's victory and its impact on XRP. The recent developments in the Ripple versus SEC case suggest a potential victory for Ripple. The SEC has agreed to request the court vacate the injunction against Ripple. This is a significant concession from the regulatory body. The SEC has also agreed to a reduced settlement amount. This further indicates a weakening stance against Ripple. These developments have fueled optimism among XRP holders. They are hoping for a favorable outcome that could unlock XRP's potential. A positive ruling for Ripple could have several implications for XRP holders. First, it could lead to XRP being relisted on US exchanges. Many exchanges delisted XRP in light of the SEC lawsuit. Relisting would increase XRP's liquidity and accessibility to US investors. Second, a favorable ruling could pave the way for XRP's price to appreciate significantly. The regulatory uncertainty has weighed heavily on XRP's price. Removal of this uncertainty could unleash a wave of buying pressure. Third, a Ripple victory could boost institutional interest in XRP. Institutional investors have largely stayed on the sidelines due to the legal risks. A clear regulatory framework could encourage them to participate in the XRP ecosystem. The Ripple versus SEC case has kept the crypto market on edge. A positive ruling for Ripple could have far-reaching consequences. It could set a precedent for how other cryptocurrencies are regulated. A Ripple victory could embolden other cryptocurrency projects. They might be more likely to challenge the SEC's authority. This could lead to a wave of lawsuits and regulatory battles in the crypto industry. The outcome of the case could also impact investor sentiment. A favorable ruling could boost confidence in the crypto market. This could lead to increased investment and adoption of cryptocurrencies. However, a negative ruling for Ripple could have the opposite effect. It could strengthen the SEC's hand in regulating cryptocurrencies. This could stifle innovation and deter investors from participating in the market. The market is already reacting to the latest developments in the case. XRP's price has surged in recent days. This reflects the market's optimism about a potential settlement. However, the price remains volatile. Investors should be prepared for significant price swings as the case unfolds. Section 4. A timeline of the Ripple versus SEC showdown. The Ripple versus SEC case has been a long and arduous journey. Here is a timeline of key events in the case. December 2020. The SEC files a lawsuit against Ripple alleging that XRP is an unregistered security. July 2023. A judge rules that XRP is not a security in retail sales, but institutional sales violated securities laws. October 2023. Charges against Ripple executives are dropped. March 2025. The SEC drops its case against Ripple, and Ripple drops its appeal. April 2025. The court pauses the legal battle. Q1 2025. The SEC agrees to request vacating the injunction and reducing the penalty. May 6, 2025. Bitcoin rallies to $96,845. May 8, 2025. Potential SEC vote on settlement. This timeline highlights the twists and turns of the case. It also shows the significant progress that has been made towards a resolution. Section 5. Navigating the uncertain future. The Ripple versus SEC case is nearing its end. However, the outcome remains uncertain. The SEC Commission still needs to approve the settlement. The court also needs to formally vacate the injunction. Investors should stay informed about the latest developments in the case. They should also be prepared for volatility in the XRP market. The price of XRP could fluctuate significantly depending on the news flow. Despite the uncertainty, the Ripple versus SEC case has highlighted the need for regulatory clarity in the crypto industry. A clear framework would benefit both investors and innovators. It would foster a more stable and trustworthy crypto market. The outcome of this landmark case could shape the future of cryptocurrency regulation. It is a critical moment for the industry. Only time will tell what the final verdict will be. What are your thoughts on Ripple's chances of winning? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this developing story.